Hello, crafty friends. This is the Paper Chef here. Welcome to part 4 of my Easter Bunny workshop series. Today we're going to create this little bunny box. Now this is my friend's box and she's going to be using it, my friend Kathy. She's going to be using it for St. Patrick's Day. So these are loosely attached, but you can see how you could decorate your bunnies in different ways. I'm going to open this up and show you how it opens because this is a little bit different than anything I've done. I usually do the lid separate from the bottom. This is a little mini pizza boxy. It's a one-piece craft. And so it just opens and you have the little notch. We played around with different ways to do that. And then I'm just going to do this one too. This is the double fold treat pouch because this is really quick and simple. So we'll be making a couple bunny treats today. And I want to give a shout out to my team member, Jean, because Jean did this in the Paper Chefs. We have a tech challenge where the Paper Chefs, my team members, share a craft and all the measurements. And Jean demonstrated how to do this with her bunny. So I'm going to use her idea here and go ahead and do that with you. So I use Granny Apple Green for this. But what I want to do right now is just use a piece. I found today as I'm doing my BOGO, my She Shed BOGO sale, I found a lot of cardstock. And this one was just so random. See how it's all like messed up? And I thought, I can't sell this. It's like, there's only 2 pieces of it, and I don't even know what color it is. So I'm going to use some retired cardstock. But I want you to use your cardstock from your kit that I sent you so that everything coordinates. And I'm going to do one after I do this one as a demonstration and show you the measurements, I'm going to take a piece of this paper, and I will use the current cardstock for my second box. Because when I teach boxes, I like to show you twice for teaching purposes. All right, so we have a piece of paper, and it's already, so it's an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. So we already have it it's already 8.5. So we don't need to do anything to that side because your box is going to be 8.5. We're going to turn it this way, and we're going to go out to 5 inches. So your box is 8.5 by 5 inches. Okay, so you don't need to, you can do 2. Let's go ahead and do another one with 1 piece of cardstock. Even that piece was faded too. I'm getting rid of many, not all, of my retired color cardstock. So that's going to be fun to share the love, especially if people are looking for older colors. I probably have them. I might not even get everything marked by the end of my sale. That's how much stuff I have to go through, but it's fun. It's been fun having a BOGO. If you're missing my BOGO, it's over on Facebook. It's not here on YouTube, and I don't have a way to attach the photos here. But I did do a video about it here on YouTube. All right, turn the paper. Actually, we'll just turn the paper this way first. So for this one, we're just going to be scoring. I have a little glare on with my light, so I'm going to see if I can't. Well, nope. Maybe the glare. This is new. This is like a new position for this camera, so I'm going to try to make it so we don't have that weird glare right on the numbers that I'm trying to score. And yes, definitely keep saying hello. I see you coming in saying hello. There we go. Didn't want to have a glare on the numbers we're trying to score. So on this piece, we're turning it to the 5-inch side. And we're just going to score at 1 inch. I like to use the Simply Scored for scoring, and I like to score at 1 inch with the smaller end of my tool and 4 inches. Okay, bottom line is, before we even get too far into it, is you're going to be scoring 1 inch on each side. But that side's the easy one where you're just scoring the 1 inch and, the 4 inch. You're going to turn the paper, and you're going to score at 1 inch. And you're going to score at 3 3/4. 4 3/4, and 7.5. Okay, why? Because remember it's 8.5 piece of paper, so that is why. Don't know what happened to my paper snips, so we're just going to use this other pair scissors. I think I got these in Germany. They're pretty good scissors. It does work better for paper snips, but you have to use what you have, right? So you need to do this, what's called mitering the edges, whenever you make boxes. So just kind of do that. Snip, snip, snip to all the sides. Okay. Now, I'm just doing this a little bit, and I'll do it again with petal pink, and then I'm just going to do one side here just to give you an idea, and then we're going to go back, write the measurements, then I'm going to teach it again with the box we're actually making. So this is called mitering the edges. You're taking little triangles out of those. Why? Because when you fold the edges of a box, right? When you do fold the boxes over, if you don't miter the edges of a box, you get these little pieces like sticking up, and they stick out, and it looks unprofessional. So that is how you do it. This is how we do it. All right, let's write down the measurements and then we'll go back and do one with the current color. And if anybody knows what color this is, I'd love to know because I love all these blues and stuff. See, I had it for so long it got faded. This is my retired color. I really like that blue and I think it's going to go well for Easter time. All right. I'm just putting the paper like this because that's the way we started, right? And the side is 5 inches. And that is 8.5 inches. And then we started by scoring at the top part. So we scored. My Sharpie is getting dull. We scored at 1 inch and 4 inches, and then we turned 90 degrees. Okay, so let me just kind of is it boho blue? Cool, thank you. It probably is, yeah. Because I have the other one that's hold on, let's see if I have that. No, I have these two. That's ballet blue. These are some of the things, and this is bouquet blue. So yeah, boho blue. I wonder, is that's the one that's coming? No, that's the one is it coming back? The boho blue mini machine? Is that an old color coming back? Because this does look like the color of that machine. All right, and then you turn 90 degrees and you then score. Now we're gonna score again, right? And I'm just gonna draw my little diagram here because now you're scoring. Now we're doing like that, right? Like so. And then we're scoring at 1 inch again. 3 3/4. 4. Oops, I need to put this up there. 4 3/4. And 7.5. All right, so that's the measurements. And now let's do one with the current color. We won't do a mystery color. You use a color from your kit. Honestly, I don't have like my label, so I'm not even sure what colors I gave you in the kit at this point. But I know I gave you colors that coordinate with both this one. This is the Dandy Designs Designer Series paper. That's what I use for this. It's the free celebration paper. And this one is Flowers and More Designer Series paper. So I gave you something, either Fresh Freesia, or I gave you this one, Polished Pink. I gave you something to coordinate with this paper here. So that's the one we're going to make now with the bunny. Because I think the bunny, what I noticed is there wasn't a lot of contrast, right? See how like there was a white bunny and there's like a white flower background. So there's not a lot of contrast. So I thought, let me try this darker flowers background. So there'd be a lot of contrast between the foreground and the background. So if you just got here, and we're going to say hello now at this point where I'm going to repeat. Hello, Samantha. Good day. Lynn McFarden. Nice to see you again. And Betty. Hilda. Okay, let's see. We're going to go 5 inches. It was 8.5 already, and now I'm doing the 5 inch part. So I don't have to do this. I'm going to go ahead and, while I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and make a couple boxes. Because why not, right? Because I'm already cutting my cardstock, and it's 8.5 by 11. We can make 2 boxes from 1 piece of cardstock. Yeah, half inch punch would be nice. Well, I'm using a 3/4 inch punch. We wish we still had these in, this is a retired punch, but I'm going to give you the little tip from my team member, Jean, who used a different kind of punch that is current for her side notch. And I like power tips. They're pretty cool when you learn something like, hey, I didn't think of that punch being used for that. I have to think of what it's called. It's like she used, I'll mention it in a minute when we do the notch. I think it's handmade tag or something. Oh, definitely save your scraps. We save everything. All right, so those of you that just joined in, we're making boxes. We're making this little bunny box. And I've turned to using Fresh Freesia. Hello, Lala's Crafts. That's Phyllis. Hello. Denise from South Dakota. And Kathy. Whoops, my camera is shaking. Hello, Midge. Hello, Kathy got home. That's great. Now I'm going to post the pictures of our album, Kathy. All right. And hello, Gian. We're going to go like this. We're going to turn it. The paper is 8.5 by 11. Oh, sorry. We're going to do it this way first. We're going to score at 1. And we're going to score at 4 inches, right? And we're going to turn the paper. And we're going to score at 1. This is a review. We've already written the measurements. 3 3/4. 4 3/4. And 7.5. So to review, this is a 1 inch around all 4 sides. And then you have the 1 inch in the middle. Okay, so we're going to do the mitering at the edges, and you're going to use your Stampin' Up! Paper snips. So ignore that I'm just grabbing whatever I can find. I think I like set up shop with my paper pumpkin. I got my paper pumpkin. I was all excited. And then I went to go make it and I didn't have anything. I was like, okay, oops. I went way too far in there. This is why you need your paper snips. Don't use big scissors like this. You'll cut right into the side of your box like that. But it's okay. We have another one cut, which can do real quick. Boom. I don't want to go too far in because that box is going to rip, right? You know what would be? It would be easier. So like we're going to have to fold these down anyway with our little spatula. So I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to go ahead and do the little folding down with the little spatula. And then what that'll do is it'll keep me from cutting too far into my box, hopefully. So I hope you're making one along with me. Miter those edges. Yeah, see, it keeps you from going too far in. But it's also the size of my scissors. These are way too big. Way too big for the job. So meanwhile, I've set up a little paper pumpkin station, and I probably took my little snips in there. And it's like I have more than one pair. I have a cute little pair that has charms on it. A charm on it. And it's like too cute to use, and I need to use it. My other snips. All right, so that's what you're doing. Like so. So cut little triangles out of your sides. And I love that we have boxes that have just one little piece. And you can modify your measurements to make bigger boxes as well. But these work best with cardstock. Now, lesson learned. I'm going to do the designer series paper now. It's very hard to glue the paper on after the box is already assembled because you can't push on it. So we're going to go ahead and do a couple things with it, like while it's flat, right? Because when Kathy and I were making these, we're like, oh, we should have done that before. So here's the idea. So here's the box. We'll glue it in a moment, but we're going to attach. So here's your box, and you're going to attach the little flaps. You know, let's say we attach the flaps. And that would be that here. Let's make the bottom with all the flaps, right? And then that could be the top. And it goes over the bottom, just like so. So we need, okay? So we could do it like that. So we want to though, make our little notch while it's flat. And we want to put the paper on the top while it's flat. So I'm going to make a notch with the 3/4 inch circle. But you can make a notch, since this is retired, with something called the handmade tag punch. I thought it was really cute. That's what my team member used. She was using the edge of one of, it's like a 4, I don't have it with me right now. I mean, I actually have it. I have not found it yet. Like, I haven't unpacked that box that it's in. But it's like something that has 4 little notches in it. So it's pretty cool. All right, the inner DSP is going to be 2 3/4, and I'll write it down on the other paper, by 2 1/2. So 2 3/4 by 2 1/2. And that's going to be the one with your little bunny on it, and then you have the contrast. Yeah, these are little mini pizza boxes, yeah. Little mini treat boxes. I didn't write mini pizza boxes in the description of the video, because if I write pizza box, someone's going to say, or not someone, if someone searches, like, they'll be like, pizza box, what is she talking about? I don't want to make a box for my pizza. So I needed to write treat box. That's why on YouTube it says treat box, because people search for treat box, maybe not for pizza box. Okay, now I'm just going 2 7/8 by 2 5/8, because I'm just making an 8-inch margin, 1/8 of an inch margin. Okay, hopefully I did that right. I'm just using this piece here. This is called Flowers and More. Okay, so that side is so this is like the wider 2 7, like it's a little bit wider than it is tall. that makes sense. Now we're going to get out the glue and have some fun. Or we'll just use, rolling adhesive here. We can just use the Seal Plus if there's any in there. Or you can use liquid glue. I mean, it's up to you to use your glue. That rhymes. Okay, we're going to put that on there. Oops, I hope it's... Hold on. Sometimes it gets wonky. The only thing about glue that's better is because you can, like, when you use glue, liquid glue, you can move things. You know, when they don't go in the right spot. I'm using the little ledge here to help me get it in the right spot. So I'm going to kind of do that, make sure I got that little edge, which I do. Good enough. I'm happy. This one, I'm not going to put, like, grass on this one. But I can show you how I did the grass. Okay. So, again, to get it, make sure you attach all this while it's flat. Because if you don't, it's very hard to attach while it's up in the, like, while your box is assembled. Oh, it's cuter and cuter each moment. Okay, now we're going to just go ahead and put the little flaps. Now we can do all our flaps. I'm just putting adhesive on all my flaps, but I would normally put, again, liquid glue. And those of you that just joined in, I'm using polished pink. And my prototype, the one I was using earlier, is some kind of cool retired color. But it looks like it's coming back in again. It looks so much like Tahitian Tide. It's not Tahitian Tide. It's just something I found in my stash. All right, so I'm going to do the bottom part first. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the bottom part. Because the bottom part is like slightly smaller than the top part. Just by the way we sort of, I mean, it's not slightly smaller in measurements. It's just slightly smaller in that we want our top box to kind of go over the bottom. Okay? So you can kind of test that. Does it go over the bottom, right? And if it, like, the reason it's nice to use liquid glue is because it'll keep you from making it so tight that this won't flap over the top. See, so like when you get to these edges, don't go doing this kind of thing. Because if you do that, you're not going to have any room to get this over the top of your box. So just sort of go like this and give it a little bit of, there. A little bit of leeway. So now you can go, oops, and that one's not really sealed. With the Seal Plus, you sometimes have to give them a rub. Rub-a-dub-dub, and there's your cute little box. And the only thing is, it does stick out a little bit on these two sides. But, I mean, what do we want for having one-piece box? How cool is it to have a one-piece box? So we want to now take a little piece of twine and all that and kind of tie those in. And you can sort of bend them a little bit to keep them there like that. And what I thought would be cute is if you did want to leave it sort of open, you could put a big Cadbury egg in there and put some grass and let your stuff kind of hang out. So that would be cute, too. But you can use twine to shut it. All right, so now it's time. It's bunny time, and I'm going to write the DSP down for you. So those of you that got here late, well, there's no such thing as late because it's YouTube. You can watch this anytime you want. But those of you that just got here, I should say, let's put that there. We'll put the bunnies there. And the other bunny, the treat we're going to make, and the box we just made. All right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to write down the DSP measurements over here. And then we'll go and stamp our bunny. That's pretty easy because there's not much coloring. We'll punch out a bunny. We'll stick it on there. And then we will make this little cute treat. All right, so DSP. And I like to draw it like this, like so we have, one is slightly bigger. And it's not like that much of a difference, but you're going to have this inner and outer, right? So your inner layer is 2 3/4 of DSP times 2 1/2 of DSP. DSP is designer series paper. For those of you that don't know the Stampin' Up! Lingo, 2 5/8. 2 7/8 by 2 5/8 for the outer layer. So this is the inner layer and the outer layer of your box. 1/8 inch margins. Okay, you can just do all kinds of stuff with that. Now we're going to get a bunny using Memento Black, and we're going to try to find some white paper here. We're going to get this bunny out. Hopefully he's still there. Oh, my bunny cases, they're all over the place. Thing got tumbled around. And this is the other bunny box that I didn't attach things to, but you can do fun stuff with your bunny. You can like, here, you can put your bunny. This one's going to be a St. Patrick's Day box. Here, but you could do something like that. You can use any kind of bunnies. This is ScanNCut. I did a tutorial for ScanNCut with that one. But your regular bunny fits. And that's when Jean, my team member, did a demonstration, she was using the regular bunny punch, making these for her grandkids. So I'm just going to mount my stamp and find Memento ink and ink this guy up. Huh. Where is Peter's cottontail hopping down the bunny trail? He's missing his tail. I think it's because my table wasn't very flat. All right, now we're gonna try it out because I'm using the whole pad of paper right now to compensate for my table not being very flat. I look for a piece of basic white. Okay, and this is you're gonna use like the thin one. Don't use the thick basic white. And the trick is for when you're making your bunnies, is put them on that edge so you can punch them easy. So put the bunny down here so you can get to it easy with the punch. If you put it all up here, it's going to be hard to get the punch up in there to punch out the bunny. And I do realize the bunny punch is not even available, so that's kind of a moot point. But some of you already have the bunny punch from before. You can use your ScanNCut if you don't have your bunny punch. It's on the unavailable list, but it'll be back in May. No, I'm sorry, April. It'll probably be back after Easter, but you can get the bunny punch for next year. This is something I'm using with kids' crafts, the bunny punch, because kids, I'm going to make a bunny wreath. I'm going to a school and working with the second graders, and I'm going to make a little bunny wreath. And I'm not necessarily, they don't have to stamp it, right? They can just go punch a bunch of bunnies out, and I'll have a bunch cut out, and then they can just, we're going to like make the bunny silhouettes in a little wreath. And that's just one of the projects. I have to have stations to keep our sanity. All right, now let's get a little bit of an ear or something. Let's see. You heard that? That was one of the BOGO items, just went under the buffet. So now I have to dig that out later. Things already falling. So I'm going to use the Flirty Flamingo, or the light Flirty Flamingo. Because polished pink would be too dark for the ear and stuff, like the color. And I think petal pink is too light. And that was cute how like Jean just colored the ear and part of the bunny. And then I'm just going to put some pool party in the eye. Okay, and then you can top off your bunny with some Wink Estella. Just get it going, little glitter action going. And you know me, I'm not stingy with my glitter. I probably go through one of these Wink Estella pens each week. I like putting glitter on everything. So we got our bunny, we got our glitter action. You can do some more shading in the chest of the bunny in different colors, whatever you want to do. But that will match or coordinate. Look at that contrast. See, isn't that cute? Now find some other things to show you. Now for mine, I just did a little bit of grass, and I don't have my snips, but I can still show you what I did. I'm going to see if I find a piece of, here, like, I'm going to show you. So picture the little snips, the Stampin' Up! Snips, and you take a little 3/4 inch piece of paper and make it 3/4 inch by, well, here, I'll just write it down if you want to make grass, okay? So grass, it's the same measurement as up here. You got the 2 3/4 inch wide, 2 3/4 inch wide. And then it's 3/4 inches high. And you're just going to snip the little grass to make it 3D, okay? And you can put your bunny in the grass if you want. But I'm not going to do it for this one because I like him. I like the bunny tiptoeing through the tulips. He's doing good. And then let's see what's in my bucket of crafty goodness. Oh, that's too big. I'm going to just grab something that we could possibly use for the treat box. An Easter treat for you is a perfect one, but I don't know if I have something that'll fit that. But here, I'm going to try that treat. An Easter treat for you. Would that maybe fit in that banner? Not sure. You have different banners in your kit, so just get something that will fit. Let's try something like, let's try one of these. because I'm not die cutting right now because that would be more stuff on my table. And my table is pretty darn full. Yeah, thank you, Kathy. Kathy says it looks good against, the white bunny looks good against the darker DSP. Yeah, I changed it up from seeing that bunny and the way it didn't contrast. I thought we better use a darker bunny. And hello, Alberta. Glad you caught me live. I just want to make sure I'm not blocking these measurements as I'm doing some more stamping here. Put some eggs over there. And you can color with your Stampin' blends. All right, we are looking for a stamping block that I had right here. Here we go. And we're going to mount this. We're going to click on there and mount it. And we're just using Memento Black because it's right there. An Easter treat for you. That works. I'm just stamping upside down because that's the way it's facing. Oh, love that. Love that. All right, now what I would normally do is ink first. So let's go ahead and ink after. It's fine. I have some brushes here, so we'll see. We are using, I think Fresh Freesia would be good. Let's see if it's one of my colors I can find. It just happens to be one of the colors. All right, so let's just put that. It happens to be a coordinating color. Let's get that. And what I'm going to do is use a blending brush, a stamping block. I'm going to dip some ink. Dip the stamping block into the ink. Ooh, see how that blob came off? You didn't want that blob to go straight onto the edge of your little banner. So it's better to always get the blob off onto the mat first, or onto the, it's called grid paper, but I call it a mat a lot because I'm so used to using like the word mat for ScanNCut. But yeah, you want to get the blob of ink off. And then you just ink up the edges. And I'm even going to go in a little bit more. Now, what I would normally do is I would ink up before, okay? I would ink up before I stamp an Easter treat for you because it just, you don't want to smear the part that says an Easter treat for you. Oh, I like that. I like it a lot. So let's put it here and see how it looks. Easter treat for you. I'm going to have to do some kind of angle because of the bunny. Oh, love it. We'll use dimensionals. I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to go back and do the other Easter treat for you that we're going to use for our, we're going to have them done already. The ones we need for the next project, the Easter treat for you for the double fold treat pouch. We're just going to ink them up and have them done. Or at least we only need one. I'm trying to find a bigger dimensional because the little dimensional is not going to work for the big butt of this bunny. I like big butts and I cannot lie. Okay, here we go. Okay, I probably didn't need two dimensionals right next to each other, but there we go. Dun-dun-dun. And you could put your grass there, and we have a cute little box. Put some twine around it. We are good to go. Now let's ink our little banners. Oh, that was way too much ink. Let's use it. Let's do this one. That's not even the one I was trying to get the Easter treat on anyway. That was my prototype. Whenever you mess up, you just say, it's my prototype. So if you want to know about shapes like this and how cool these are, you always need, I mean, every crafter needs, okay, let's just say you want, maybe not need, a set of dies that has stitches. And the one I really like right now, like it's a current one, is called the Stylish Shapes dies. They have stitching, they're cool. I love just having them ready. And I tend to always have just a bunch of these, like a whole bucket of these. I call it my bucket of crafty goodness. And then I reach in and I get sentiments whenever I need them. That's just how I roll. I don't sit there and like try to like get out the machine, stamp an Easter treat for you, get out the machine, and then put the die on top, try to center it, put it through, put the machine away. You know, no, I just have them all ready. Now, of course, these fell on the floor and got all mixed up, but you can see I have a bucket of crafty goodness with lots of little shapes in it. I have about 10 of them all around. I mean, I'm tripping over these buckets. I need to consolidate them. But I just like having extra shapes to stamp onto. All right. Okay, that one's a little bit too much ink on the one side. Let me just do that again. See if it fits in here. Hopefully it does. Because I already have it inked up. Ooh, nice. I kind of like that. And then close him. Okay, you can still see the measurements. Now for the next one, we already have this part done. I'm going to go ahead. we are going to use a 6" by 6" piece of paper, and there's really just one measurement for this. Next one. We're just going to just score the one time. And if you've seen this before, if you were watching my stocking stuffer bootcamp series, then you saw this really cool double fold treat pouch. I'm just going to close the ink so we don't get ink all over everything. But if you didn't get to see that, then you're going to get to see it now. So take any designer series paper. Let's see. Okay, that'll work. I always make 2 of whatever I'm showing you. So let's get some of the balm of the other kind too. Here, Dandy Designs. So we're going to use, this is called Flowers and More. And this one's called Dandy Designs, and I like the polka dot side, especially. So, and these are just extra pieces I had from my ScanNCut when I made some lip balm holders. Those are like the holes of those. They're good behind the banners. I keep them. All right, if you missed the lip balm holder tutorial, then go back and check that out if you want to know how to make lip balm holders with your ScanNCut. I had a whole stocking stuffer series, and this is one of the things we made. Okay, my little trimmer has to be put back together. Humpty Dumpty fell apart here. All right, here we go. So you need a 6" piece of paper, and that's all. Okay, that's all the cutting you do. And if it's already 6 inches, like most of my paper, I give people now. You're not going to do any scoring yet. We need to fold a triangle first, and we'll do it twice. Let's do it once with this dark paper, and then once with the light paper. So you need some kind of little spatula or bone folder. I'm going to use this little spatula. I got that at the Dollar Tree. We do sell bone folders at Stampin' Up, but I really like a big flat surface. But I like the one from Pamper Chef better than that one, actually. But it's just kind of like a little putty spatula. So you just need something to burnish your edges when you're making these things. Okay, so make yourself some triangles. Okay, what we're doing, by the way, if you're just kind of tuning in, you're like, what in the world is she doing now? I thought we were making treat boxes. Yes, we did make the treat box, and now we're making a double fold treat pouch is what I'm doing now. That's what I'm up to. All right, so now you're going to take your triangle, and I'm going to just see if there's any questions. 6" piece of paper. And you could do this. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Kimberly. Kimberly, my name, almost named twin. My almost named twin. And hello, Melissa from Texas. And Alberta is here again. Okay, Lynn also likes the paper. Hello, Diana, again. All right. Oops, that's not a good triangle. That was my fault. So much for being... So this is where you can fix it with the spatula. It has to be a really good triangle for this to work right. So we could probably just fix it like that. But let's just go ahead and use this one because it's a really good triangle. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to score at 2 3/4 inches, right? And 5 3/4 inches. Okay, that's all. If you don't want to remember all those measurements, just remember the 2 3/4 and then flip it around and do that again on this side. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't need to memorize the right. You don't need to memorize the right side. You just can flip things around and do it on the other side. You're going to open this up, and you're going to fold along the line you just scored. And again, get your little spatula or your bone folder, and you're going to do that. And then you're going to adhere these 2 little pieces together with Seal. Yeah, there we go. With Seal Plus. This is great adhesive. I really like this adhesive. Da-da-doom, da-da-doom. Just a little bit. Oh, actually, I put a little bit there, and I put a little bit on this corner, just so it doesn't come undone. Just a little bit, like that. And then you're going to go like this, and you're going to fold it. Look at the other side. Make sure nothing's wonky. Kind of get them, and then you're just going to, then you can just flatten them. So I kind of I usually go up to the top, like that, and then I hold the tops together, so they're not wonky, and then I do this. I kind of pull down a little. And these are great when you're watching like Netflix or something. Just make a bunch of these while you're watching TV. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. So then you're going to do that. And that is how you make a double fold treat pouch. You can also adhere the back. Or we can do ribbons. Let me do the notch first. So I'm going to make a little rounded corner notch. If you want to. Right? If you want to make a rounded corner. I like doing the rounded corner. But this may end up... Is this, I don't know, Kathy, do we figure out if that's retired? Anyway, it might end up in my BOGO sale. But I have so many quarter rounders. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to seal it, but you don't really have to seal it. What you could do is you could make the little round corner, and instead of sealing the back together, you could just use punch a hole like through these, and you can make a ribbon. Like the ribbon can hold them, and then you'd have one more pocket. So instead of a double fold, oops, that was a wonky. I better take this off and do it flat. My corner rounder didn't go corner. But anyway, I have it so there's no extra pouch in the middle. But if you want to punch a hole, then you have a pouch in the middle. You can also put more treats. Okay, so there you go. And then you can put your little T in here. And I had the T, but I don't know what happened to it. But you can put a little T in there. Oh, I think I may have other samples. We'll see. Yes, got the corner rounder. Okay, let's do that one more time. And we're going to just write down the measurements for you. And then we're going to use our little thing, right? Our little bunny from my bucket of crafty goodness. That's already colored. We're not going to color a new bunny, but you get the idea. So we're going to just do that again. We're going to write So I'm going to move this up. So this was this part here. This was cardstock. And so this was the box. Okay? And now this is down here is going to be pouch. And for that, we're using a 6-inch by 6-inch. And then we're going to make a triangle. Let's make a triangle that's kind of like a really long triangle here. Whoop. Like kind of like a long triangle, right? And then you're going to go dot, 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 dot. Make yourselves diagrams if you're visual like me. I need a diagram. 2 3/4. This is where we score. And 5 3/4. So your triangle goes like that you put it up on the cutting board. I mean on the scoreboard. And that is how you get your double fold treat pouch. And you can use a rounded rectangle if you like. So let's do one with the Dandy Designs Designer Series paper, which is free during celebration. Such a cool thing. It's free when you spend $100. So speaking of free, I have a BOGO sale. So you could not only get celebration items for free, but then you could check my BOGO sale on my public Facebook page. There's like over 100 items that still have not been claimed, and there'll be more each day. And so you can get free things from Stampin' Up! And then get free things from me as well. I'm just going to go ahead and make that triangle with my 6-inch paper. So it's like double free. Now in mine, Stampin' Up! Has you pay shipping on your order and your free item. Well, your free item you don't pay shipping on, obviously, for them. But then when you get the free items from me, all I ask is, because they are free, is that you then pay shipping with the PayPal link I give you. All the instructions are on my public Facebook page, Paper Chef, the public Facebook page. I don't know if we're allowed to put links in here during the chat, but if not, I will put it in the regular description of this video later. So anyway, I'm making a triangle, turning it like so. And that's going on till the end of till the end of the month. I'm going to add items till the end, but then after that it'll linger. I'm going to say linger a couple more days. I'm scoring at 2 1/4 and 5 1/4. And excuse me, even though I won't add more items in March, I'm going to let you shop in March. For any items that have been added in February. I mean, I might add items in March, but I'm saying most likely I'm just going to add items till the end of February. And then at some point, I'll just stop adding items. But if anybody still wants to shop, they can. And then after that, in March, I'll do mystery boxes. And then after that, if it doesn't go in a mystery box, I'll save it for the next BOGO sale. Maybe I'll do this at the beginning of the next catalog, because I have all the stuff marked that wasn't really retired yet, but I was willing to part with it. And once you're willing to part with something, you really can't go back. You can't take it and put it back in your stash after you've already mentally decided to let go of something. So I have a lot of stuff waiting for the next BOGO sale, because I'm trying to make room in my she shed, and I'm trying to make room for more crafts, because I love new crafts. But I also love having room to work. Okay, I'm making the rounded rectangle. So you could punch a hole in this, tie a ribbon, and be done with it, but I like to adhere it. I like to adhere it back to back with the Seal Plus. Look at the little ridges in there. Aren't they cool? It's such an easy adhesive to use because of the little ridges. It's easy to lift up on it doesn't get like all caught up on itself. That's the Seal Plus. Now, I'm not a big fan of the regular seal. just the Seal Plus. So we have options now because we have different color schemes. This paper is called, this paper here, let me make sure you can see all the measurements for all the other things, is called Dandy Designs, the free one with Celebration when you spend $100. This one here is a reward. This is called Flowers and More. And get it as your Stampin' rewards when your order is $150 or more. And I put that in the kits and things. So this paper and this paper both have Fresh Freesia as one of the coordinating colors. And this one has a Tahitian tide. It doesn't have the balmy blue. So there's different color coordination, different color schemes. So I'm looking for my bag of bunnies because I don't want to have to make another bunny. But maybe, I don't know if I have any bunnies that are colored. We might have to color a bunny. Okay, so you can just punch out a bunny and that would be cute. See, just like that on the other side. But for the one side, probably want to put, let's see, probably want to color a bunny. So, since we can use Fresh Freesia, because it coordinates with both, we can go ahead and use that color. Okay, we're going to go ahead and use that for the bunny. All right, so you take the dark one. You just go around the outside of the bunny. I'm just doing a little bit of like that, and then I'll do that. Maybe something like that. I mean, it's just up to you. You just want to blend the two colors together. All right. I'll probably use the light right in there. Maybe I'll do something like that. And do. Okay. Now we're going to take the light Fresh Freesia. And I usually like to mix pale papaya with this. So I will see if my pale papaya is anywhere to be found. So I'm just using like little circular motions around. I'm now using light Fresh Freesia and blending it with the dark Fresh Freesia. And over time, alcohol markers look better. Like they look kind of streaky at first, but then the colors blend together. And you can also sort of pull the color in like that if you don't want to use circular motions. You just got to overlap the colors and pull them together. Oh yeah, he came out cute. I do need a little bit of lighter color. Okay, light pale papaya. Sometimes I just kind of, yeah. So we'll see what happens. I'm just doing a little bit of, because I kind of experimented with this because I couldn't find my other blends, and it ended up being real cute. Forgot the tail, but I'm just gonna mix the pale papaya with the light Fresh Freesia. Okay, so we made a light tail, and I just need to kind of get those to kind of blend a little bit. Because it's almost really light, like it's using like a colored after. Oh, but I like the ear like that. All right, they'll look better later. And we'll use a little bit of Pool Party in the eye. And even though they're still blending, I'm just going to go ahead and use my Wink Castella because we like sparkly bunnies. And of course, you can use all your bling on your projects too. You have bling in your kits and different twine to tie with. So embellish away, make your little boxes and your things really cute. Ah, I love these bunnies. They're so great. It's so great to have different things ready for Easter. So you could take, so let's see. We're gonna see. I think that looks great. And I could put this, in there or on there and put him, no, because he's gonna be covered by, so, I mean, let's see with this one. Okay, I think that's a bit too much purple on that one, the Fresh Freesia and the Fresh Freesia. It's cute, but I think that one looks more Eastery. So I'm gonna put the bunny on this one because it just looks more like Easter, but you have to kind of put the thing here because your bunny, and don't worry that your blends fall through. You want to make sure the bunny doesn't, if you put one here, it'll be stuck inside and you can't get any items in there. So put the little dimensional down there, okay? And then maybe I'm gonna put the treat thing so they'll see it when they open it up. Okay, my dimensional stuck together. See, like, put this, well, let's see where it will fit. Like I want it to hide. And the reason I want it to hide is because if you have it sticking out, then it kind of looks funny on the back, right? And both sides are going to look cute. So if you put it down a little, kind of tuck it down in there. And they'll still see the treat. When they pull out the treat, I mean, they'll still see that little thing. And you can put a little mini Ghirardelli, which won't hide that. Oh, and I also was going to put one on a wobble spring. Here, we could try this bunny on a wobble. We'll use the wobble because I found a wobble. Now, I was originally going to put the bunny on the back, but let's just put the bunny on the wobble. So the way the wobble springs work is they're just double-sided springs. I'll link to these. And I used the harder side on the item I want to wobble. You just push it on there. So there's like a sticker. And then you can like wobble your different things. I wobble my stamped images all the time. And then you peel the other side off and you put it on your whatever craft you're doing. So you get it straight first, like the way you want it to be. And you sort of just drop it like that. And then you push, because that way you make sure it's not crooked. Oh my gosh. Love the bunny. Okay, so you have a wobbling bunny. And we could do, for this one, I think I put the treat thing right on top of it. Since we're not worried about covering up any detail of the bunny. Kind of even covers the spring. I just decided to do this just now. All right. Oh, love it. Okay, so now I have more things for my stocking stuffer. So ready to see what we made in the other parts of the series? As you could actually put a bunny on both sides though, guys, just so you know. Just get out your punch. I want to show you, like, for this paper, I would use, let's try, I'm just going to see, because this paper goes well. Right? If we do a bunny on one side, you can decide, like, how do you want, you know, the stripes to be vertical or horizontal. I think vertical. Yeah, I'm thinking vertical stripes. Maybe even a little bit of an angle. Okay, we'll do stripes at a little bit of an angle. Oh, so cute. And then you can put a bunny on that side as well. See, make sure you put the adhesive there so it doesn't, so when you put your little candy in there, it doesn't block your candy. If you put adhesive like too high up, I've done it, then you can't get your little tea bag in there or Ghirardelli. So that's how it works. Easter treat just for you, and let's see if we can scavenge some of these things. Well, we can put we have single eggs too. Oh, butterfly maybe. Anyway, that's how we do it. So now I want to show you, let me make sure there's no ink on my table, what we made during parts 1, 2, and 3 of this series in case you're just tuning in. Thank you, Phil. Nice to see you. Thank you, Lala's Crafts. And yeah, okay, let me see. Here's what we made during, I don't remember which part of the series. Maybe it was the third part. It doesn't matter when we made them, but we made this during this series. So be sure to check out my whole series. These are called little treat boxes, and I decorated the ones that were in your kit. These should still be on clearance, a must-have, because they already have adhesive on them, and they're made of really strong cardstock. Okay, so we did that as part of the series. Oh, there's the tea bag. See, I was organized. I was like, I want to remember to bring, see, just want to show you that it fits in there. Yeah, right, they are durable bags. Okay, one of the parts of the series, this is Kathy's project. She's here watching. She showed me how to make these little mini purses. So mini paper purses, check out that on this series. We made these little bunny purses. I made some with twine. I thought they came out cute. Put little embellishments on them. These are great little things for your Easter basket. You do all these different things in combination in someone's Easter basket, tell me they're not going to feel the love. We did little mini sticky note holders. Covered those up. I believe that was during part 1. Oh, and they do fit in the little mini paper purse. So you can put the little treat holder in there. Okay, this one was the prototype that Kathy had sent me, and then I scavenged it, made, used the measurements and made different bunny purses. That was based on a project we did using this celebration stamp set. Oh, there's the owl and a wobble. So this is Adorable Owls. It's a free stamp set. And I did this project with, this is a 12 by 12 piece, where this one is a 6 by 6 piece. So look at the difference between when you use a 12 by 12 piece of paper, that's the back side, because the fireworks are only going to be, just keep in mind your pattern's going to be up, right side up one way, upside down the opposite way. So you want to have the front of the bag. But anyway, look at the difference between using a 6-inch piece of paper and a 12-inch. I guess it's a quarter of it, but it looks so much smaller. Yeah, it is a quarter smaller. It just looks like it's so much smaller. All right, where was I? I was showing you what we made. Oh, I was showing you one more bunny purse. one more sticky note holder, and then some cards we made during the series. I guess this card wasn't finished. Okay, pretend my card is finished. Like that was the front of a card. We're gonna put that on a card. And I put some shimmer paper in your kit. So have some fun stamping on the shimmer paper. Have some fun coloring with the stamping blends and using some retired papers. This is the Flowering Fields. That was on clearance recently. And I put it in your kit because I thought it was great for spring. And I hope you get to use some of that paper. And again, Fresh Freesia is one of the colors. And Petal Pink was one of the colors. We just cut this bunny right out of Designer Series paper. This one's a mixture of two kinds of paper because this is the Dandy Designs. And I gave you the measurements for this card during the series. And then I have here a couple other cards made from, oh, here's one I did. Then here's a couple swaps. Oh, here's one, okay. This one's from someone else, and this one, and that one's from this one. Okay, I want to show you, those are from someone else. So let me just show you the last bunny purse. All right, I made these during the Paper Pumpkin kit video, or for the Paper Pumpkin kit video last month. So if you still have your Paper Pumpkin kit and you're like, wow, I didn't make a lot of Valentine cards. Well, make some Easter cards with that same kit. Because all you have to do, well, this isn't the Happy Easter stamp from here, but you can use your Happy Easter stamp from here. Well, you're going to have to, you could, but you have to cut it and mask it off and try to get it. I used one from another set. It's like Celebrate Everything or something. But just showing you that you could do that with your cards you have left over. And then we made this during part 1 of the series. And I gave you all this stylish shape. And this was Pale Papaya and Fresh Freesia for the bunny. And Balmy Blue. So how does Balmy Blue compare to the color I tried earlier? Yeah, way different than the one I tried earlier. All right, and then I want to show you a few cards that are related that others made. This one is Sharon. And let's see if Sharon's on here. Sharon is one of my team members, and we did a team swap, and she made this cute bunny card. And I like how she put the little, I think it's Flirty Flamingo, little feet in the bunny and the white belly. So I'm going to try coloring a bunny like this too. I like all the Designer Series paper panels. We like making cards like that. Thank you, Lala. This one's Kathy. She's here now. Like she was on here. Yeah, I'm sure she still is. Backyard Stamper. She made this using this stamp set and the Easter Bunny. Thanks a Bunch is a free celebration stamp set you can get when you spend $50 at my Stampin' Up store. And then this one is one that Susan made. Yeah, Susan Edwards. She made this with the carrots, and I just thought it was related to our Easter and what we're talking about, so I wanted to show you. She made it with Thanks a Bunch. Okay, so I just wanted to show you some other samples and my samples. And this one is another card from Sharon made with the adorable owls, but she's also using the Dandy Designs paper. So I just like, you know, the style of that. I know, aren't they cute? I know, the little bunny cards, all the cards. I mean, all these things. This is such a fun set for spring. All right, next month. I mean, we're still not done this month. We have some more projects to do. But next month, I'm going to be doing Playing in the Rain for my workshop series. So be sure to check out that. And workshop kits are available now. And my VIPs get links to all these things. So make sure you sign up for my newsletter. And I will also put it in the description of this video very soon. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks for watching. This is The Papered Chef.